When somebody is moving, you let them go. And do you prepare for them to come back? Prepare yourself. Add value to yourself so that when they come, they would appreciate you for what you have achieved. They would appreciate you for who you are. Stop people pleasing. Stop limiting your options. Because unfortunately, no matter how much effort, no matter how much resources you put into trying to ensure that somebody loves you, if they will not love you, they will not love you. If they already have a preconceived conception or a mindset that is going to remain the same, and no matter how much you try, nothing is going to change. Spending so much time trying to be loved is the reason why you are not loved. You spend so much time putting so much effort, resources, trying to get somebody's attention, trying to ensure that they love you, and you forget about loving yourself. Unfortunately, if you don't love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to love you? You reflect what people, the actions or the attitude that people will give to you. If this is you, you're not alone. You're not alone. It is high time that you stop spending so much resources, putting in so much resources, effort, trying to please people. You are enough in your own self. You have to love yourself first before people start loving you. If you don't love yourself, it's always very clear that you don't love yourself. You make yourself a fan as opposed to being the star. When you see like celebrities and those stars, you make people, these people, celebrities, you make them the heroes of your life as opposed to you being the hero. So when you make people or when you make somebody a hero, you become the fan. If this is you, you're not alone. I'm going to be talking about this in more details today. And if this is your first time and you don't know me, I am Bola Adeyeye Omishade. Thanks for joining us today. This is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade show. It is a community where we support people. We work together to be the best version of ourselves. Yeah, so you're welcome to our community. If at the end of this episode you found something very useful, do not forget to leave what you have learned in the comment section. Share your thoughts so that other people can learn. And of course, if you do not want to miss our future episodes, do not forget to click on the notification button as well as subscribe. That will ensure that when any episode is aired or published, you get reminded or you get notified that an episode is being published. And of course, to my returning viewers, to those that are already part of this community, thank you so much. Thanks for your consistent support. And I hope that you found the weekly topics useful and you are being the best version of yourself. So thank you. Right. So it is time that you start loving yourself as opposed to trying to be loved. We spend so much time running after love. And I was giving a scenario to somebody because this is a topic that a lot of people have asked, oh, Bola, talk about this, talk about this. And yes, I really want to share my thoughts. Now, I was saying to the person, when you're running after something, you're running after maybe a ball or a bus, for example. That was a specific scenario I was giving. You're running after the bus. It means that the bus is moving away. It means that the ball is moving away and you're running after the person. Okay, it means that the person does not want to stay with you. He doesn't want to be at that position where you are, and that's why it's moving. Okay, now, so if you're running after love, it means that the love is moving, it's moving. So the question is, why are you running after love? Why? You need to start loving yourself first. You need to be full because you are full in your own self. Some people feel that maybe I'm not perfect, I have flaws, and that's why maybe a group of people don't like me or a specific person doesn't like me. Now, the truth that I'll share with you today is that your flaws do not determine who you are. Your flaws do not determine whether people will love you or not. The good news is your flaws actually make you unique in your own way because it provides you the opportunity to be a better version of yourself. When you have flaws, it's an opportunity for you to learn how to do things differently. It does not define who you are, and it does not determine whether somebody will like you or not. Somebody was saying to me, "Oh, I really like to be like you," or I think she was looking good, and I said she looked beautiful, and she said, "Oh, I was trying to be like you." I said, "Well, you are unique in your own way. You are beautiful in your own way. You have to be full. You have to be confident. You see, when you the problem is when you're putting so much effort in ensuring that somebody or someone loves you, it just messes up your concentration. It messes up your brain, and then whatever your brain processes starts becoming a reality. You're not able to concentrate. You are worried because you want somebody to like you. Why do you do that? And then you realize that you're not doing anything. You're just focused on trying to put in so much effort so that that person can like you. Unfortunately, that is not really healthy for you because sadly, the more you put in so much effort for that person to like you, the more the person will push you, the more you're pushing the person away because they just feel okay. What do you really want? You know, you don't even love yourself. So why do you want me to love you? You don't love yourself. Why do you want me to love you? You're very quick to say yes when you mean to say no, when it's not convenient for you, or you say, oh, I really, to be honest, and I have been on this page. It's still a learning curve for me. Like I always say, you know people being a people pleaser, instead of you to say no when or and then you start being resentful afterwards because you want the person to like you. Why? Does the person pay your bills? Why? Or are you trying to say that that's the only person in this world? Because if you're trying to say that you want this specific person to like you at all costs, you're indirectly saying that that's the only person in this whole world that can give you love. Sadly, you're limiting your options. Why are you limiting your options? You need to make your options open. When you love yourself, you would attract people to love you. Spend so much time looking after yourself. Spend so much time having clear goals, having values, doing those things that you love, as opposed to spending time worrying that somebody does not like you. It is time that you stop this. Stop putting in so much effort wanting people to like you. Put in so much effort looking after yourself, achieving that goal, being in that place where you want to be, aspiring to be a better person. That person cannot make you better. You and you alone can make you better. So why don't you do you? Do you, and make yourself happy. So please stop now. Stop putting in so much effort, wasting so much resources, trying to make somebody like you, or trying to be loved by somebody. The bad news is no matter how much you put in into trying to make somebody like you, it will not happen. I have been there and I'm sharing this from experience. You just end up wasting so much time because you just go sometimes it looks like you're making progress, but unfortunately you're just back to square one, and it just feels like somebody was using the term hot and cold. It just feels like the person is blowing hot and cold, because sometimes it just feels like, oh, this person likes me now, and then all of a sudden you feel they don't like you because it's already in your head. And the other thing is when you are even in the midst of the people, because you're already tampering with your emotion, you're already resenting yourself. You feel very uncomfortable when you're in the midst of, you're in the presence of that person, because all you are just doing is comparison. You just keep comparing yourself and trying to feel that the person is better than you are, when that's not the case. You are full in your own self. You are perfect in your own self. You are unique in your own way. Appreciate yourself. And if you're finding it very difficult, I'll give you some tips which I've shared in the past. Look into the mirror and say, I love myself. I'm perfect in my own way. Do things that will make you happy. Recently I started, looking after my skin, and sometimes when I'm in the bathroom, or I look at the mirror and say, oh, this is your skin, just I don't even have any powder on my face. I appreciate myself. I appreciate my skin, and so you do that. Spend time asking yourself, what have I done for myself today? What have I done today to make myself happy? What have I done to add value to myself today? Have I achieved any of my goal? Try and distract yourself from you spending so much time looking at your phone, whether the person is replying your message, looking at the phone, whether the person is getting back to you or not. Nobody can make you happy. Nobody can love you the way you would love yourself. No one can teach you how to love yourself. It is only you that have the power to love yourself. And unfortunately, if you're not doing that, you're messing up your concentration, you're messing up your emotional well-being. And then low self-esteem starts setting in. You start becoming not confident about yourself. When you do things, you always want them to validate you, because you feel that they are the only person, or that person is the only one that can make you happy. You're limiting your options. You're not open. You wouldn't be open to opportunities. So value yourself. Value yourself. You need to know your own self-worth. You are worthy in your own self. You are unique in your own self. Appreciate the things that you have. If you don't even know anything to appreciate, or you don't have anything to appreciate, that you can breathe in air is enough for you to say, oh, thank you. God, I am happy. I can breathe in air. I can drink some water. Look at yourself in the mirror. And I've always said, journal, write things down. Stop waiting for people to love you. It is high time that you start loving yourself. And then the secret is that the moment you start loving yourself, you would blossom. You would attract that love automatically. You would attract that love. You wouldn't even need to make any effort. Why are you being a people pleaser? Why are you spending so much time trying to please people? Sometimes it feels very uncomfortable, especially when you're used to this sort of thing. You find it very difficult to say no. You find it very difficult to express how you feel. You start being resentful. But you know what? When I tried it, I used to be in this same situation, and like I said, it's still a learning curve for me. The first time I tried it, and I thought, oh, it really worked, and I felt, whoa. There's nothing has changed. And I just kept getting better and better and better. And the same thing applies to you. Try it once. When you do not feel comfortable doing something, just say no. When you know you are busy, don't change your plans. I'm very used to changing my plans because of trying to please or wanting somebody to like me. And my husband, he just does his head in, and he just says, oh God, what do I do to you? You forget about your own self, You forget about your own self, and you put everything you need to do aside just for wanting somebody to like you. Does the person pay your bills? Does the person pay your bills? Unfortunately, if you're putting in so much effort do these things, they will not like you. They will not like you. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to blossom before anyone else can love you. The moment you blossom, the moment you are achieving your goals, the moment you're doing things that make you happy, you would attract that love automatically. When you reflect how people will treat you. So if you love yourself, people will treat you the way you treat yourself. If you don't treat yourself well, unfortunately, that is how people will treat you. Don't make people superheroes. You are a superhero. Don't start. I'm not said don't celebrate. It's okay to celebrate people, but don't make somebody the celebrity. Because the moment you make somebody the celebrity, you become the fan. When I had that, it actually makes a lot of sense. When you're trying to make somebody a celebrity, it means you're a fan. You are the celebrity. Of course, you can appreciate people, but do not celebrate people at your own expense, all because you want them to love you. Do not celebrate people and displease yourself. It has to stop. Do not make yourself uncomfortable because you want to be loved, because you want to be in their good books. Why? Why do you want to be in their good books? Does that actually help you achieve whatever you want to achieve? Now, the thing is, even if you're trying to learn one or two things, or you're trying to get one or two things from one or two person, it does not mean that if you make yourself unhappy, they will do that. Sadly, when you need help from somebody or you want a request for somebody, whether you like it or not, they will do it, or whether you love them or you don't. So it is high time. Stop now. I want you to just stop. Stop it. Stop trying to please people. Love yourself more. Do what makes you happy. I was saying to somebody recently, I said, do you, and of course, every time I always said, I will do what makes me happy. I will do me. I will do whatever it is. I really want to do this is what makes me happy, and that I am going to do. Because everyone is entitled to do what makes them happy. So if I'm entitled to do what makes me happy, you are entitled to do what makes you happy. Everyone is entitled to do what makes me happy. And that does not mean that whoever is going to love me will not love me or will love me. So today, if this is you, if this is you that is that person that is making this one person, making them the hero of your life, making yourself feel that that person is the only person that can give you love, unfortunately, they will not love you. If this is you and you feel that this is only the person that can give you love in this whole world, then unfortunately, you are limiting your options. If this is you, that you're this person, you always want this person to be in this person's company, and you always want to go out with them, you are limiting your options. Stop chasing after somebody that is running. Stop chasing after a moving bus. Or a moving bin. When somebody is moving, you let them go. And do you prepare for them to come back? Prepare yourself. Add value to yourself so that when they come, they would appreciate you for what you have achieved. They would appreciate you for who you are. Stop people pleasing. Stop limiting your options. Because unfortunately, no matter how much effort, no matter how much resources you put into trying to ensure that somebody loves you, if they will not love you, they will not love you. If they already have a preconceived conception or a mindset that is going to remain the same, and no matter how much you try, nothing is going to change. So today, now, if this is you, I want you to stop. Stop people pleasing and start doing you. Start doing what makes you happy. Start doing those things that you feel comfortable doing. Start doing those things that will help you achieve your goals. Start doing those things that would add value to yourself, and stop putting your whole life, or stop waiting for people to validate you, or validate how you love yourself, or validate or making people a measurement of your own happiness, using other people as the mirror of your own happiness. You should be the mirror of your own self. Look into the mirror and say, okay, I love myself. I am beautiful. I am clever. I am intelligent. Look into the mirror, not into somebody's face. or one somebody or whoever, don't look into their face. Look into the mirror. Wake up in the morning and look into the mirror and say to yourself, I am fooling my own self. And if you have made mistake, you say, well, I have failed this time. It is an opportunity for me to learn something new. It's an opportunity for me to make mistake. I am unique in my own way. You are unique in your own way. And I want you to believe this. You are unique in your own way. Your flaws do not determine who you are. Your mistakes do not determine who you are. It is not a reflection of your own self. It is not a reflection of your personality. And whether you make mistakes or not does not determine if somebody will love you or not. I want you to take this today. I want you to use it and remember all the time that I am unique in my own way. I have to love myself before somebody else can love you. Stop trying so hard for somebody to love you. Don't mess up with your concentration. Don't mess up with your emotion, because when you spend time doing all this, that is what it happens. You just spend so much time trying to please people and you wouldn't achieve anything. If you know that person that needs to hear this, you know that person that is pleasing somebody, is running after love, running after somebody who is not even giving them love, share this with them. Share them and share that they need to know that they are valuable. They need to love themselves before others can love them. They need to add value to themselves. They need to do those things that make them happy. Share this with your family, share this with your friend. And of course, I want to hear from you. What have you done to stop trying to please people? What have you done to stop trying to be loved by other people? And of course, what have you done? What do you do to love yourself? Please leave them in the comment. I want to hear from you. And if you have found this very useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Share this on your status. Share this on your Instagram, on your Facebook, share it everywhere, because people need to hear it. A lot of people are suffering from, are spending their resources, spending their time trying to get love where they are not going to find it. And of course, I hope to see you next week. Okay. This is Bola Adeyeye Omishade. Now, just before I go, if you have any questions or you have any topic that you'd like me to treat, do not forget the email is on the screen. Do not forget to send me an email or a DM on any of my social media pages. I would, of course, reply, and then we can talk about it. And yes, this is Bola Adeyeye Omishade, and I'll see you next week. Bye.